This is my next video on learning G codes, and the last two videos was G0 and G1. Now I'm going to do G90 and G91. Alright. Okay, so G90 is basically what they call absolute coordinates. If you go to the G codes and you go to 90, it's basically absolute distance mode. And basically that would be what you would consider your Cartesian coordinate system. Where you have X and Y, and basically a value from the origin to that point. Like this would be 3 in the X and 2 in the Y. That would be the absolute coordinate or the Cartesian coordinate system. Basically that would be G90. G91 would be incremental distance. Basically that would be the distance from the point where you are at currently. I'm just using this here. Say if you were at 1 and 1 and you want to go 1 inch this way, instead of having to know that it's 2, you can just enter 1, because it's 1 inch or 1 millimeter, whatever distance you're working in from the current location. So if you want to say drill a hole here, but you want to go like a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch to the next hole to drill, and so on, you don't have to know what the Cartesian coordinate is. You just need to know the distance from where you are now. So those are the two, the G90 and G91. When you start Mach 3, it is defaulted to G90, which is the absolute. If you change it to G91 and you close it and come back, it's going to be a 90 again. So you actually have to activate it. So say I want to go to 1 inch on my workpiece. Say for example I wanted to use this for drilling a series of holes, and the first position that I want to go to, which is right here, is 1 inch in, but I need to drill a series of holes 1/2 inch apart past that. Okay, well I've set my zeros with my electronic finder here, and I've switched it to my center drill for this like demonstration of G90, G91. What I need to do now is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move over to the center of the 0, 0 in the XY using absolute or G90 positioning. First I'm going to change my tool on here to tool number 7. Hit enter. Okay, so I'm going to go to the first mark, which is right here. I've scratched it in there with the height gauge. So I'm going to move the drill to the center mark there, and say like a 1/4 inch above that. Okay, so now if I look up here, I can see that it's in G90 already. So all I have to do is go to the NDI tab. It's in G1. I want to do this in rapids, so I'm going to go to G0 for rapid movement, and then I'm going to go to X0, and then I'm going to go to Y0, and that puts us right above the corner there where I zeroed out. Now I'm going to go to Z 0.25, which should bring us to 1/4 of an inch above the work surface, right on the corner there. Enter. Okay, so right on the corner there. Okay, so, and then I'm going to go X1, Y1, and this is still in G90, so we're still moving in the relative basically to the origin point in the Cartesian coordinates, so I should go right there. Okay, so you can see that I'm right above that mark. Now what I'm going to do is in Mach 3, I'm going to go into the G91, which is relative. So I'm going to go G91. Oops. I click there. G91. Hit enter. And from now on, any movement that I make will be relative to the current location. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in X.5, and what that's going to do is it's going to bring me okay, there you can see a little better. So I'm right above X1 and Y1, and now instead of entering an XY value relative or based on the Cartesian coordinate system, I'm going to do it relative to the current position. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type X.5 because I'm going in the right direction. 0.5, that'll take me a 1/2 inch from where it currently is, and I'm going to hit enter, and so you can see that it takes me right above that point, and I can continue to do that by simply entering X.5, and I'll go to the next point, and with that I can drill and drill an exact location without having to calculate, okay, well I moved 1/2 inch from this point, so I got to add another 1/2 inch to my X in the positive direction, and if you turn the opposite direction, you don't have to keep track of where you are in the Cartesian coordinate system, you just relative to where you're at. So I can just type in X.5 again, and we'll go to the next mark, and say you needed to drill holes in a 1/2 inch square, so you need to go up. So all I have to do is type y.5, and it'll take me a 1/2 inch that way. And then I can go x minus 0.5, enter, and it'll take me there. And now could have drilled 4 holes right there. So you see, you can actually do a good amount of milling just manually, just entering into the MDI screen. So you can also do this for face milling, or even if you're testing what it can cut. You know, if you're trying to calculate your feeds and speeds, you can just put a piece. In fact, that's what I was doing on this piece right here. That's what this edge right here was. I was actually using MDI to see what width of cut that I can get on a 1/4 inch steel plate at full depth of cut, simply using MDI. All right.